Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries run-through of La-Mulana 2. And in this episode, after having successfully visited Freya the Fairy Queen, we gotta go back to Frey in order to get more dialogue from Frey. Yes, we have retrieved Frey's pendant, and he gives us access to Air the Fairy of Life. Woohoo!
Have you seen my wife?
No, she is hot. Anyway, here, have a fairy. So yes, the first fairy that you find is always going to be Air, and by completing this brief dialogue exchange between Frey and Freya, you successfully unlock Air to unlock for your further travels throughout La-Mulana 2. Fairy points are actually.
Oh my God, that was a false door.
Hi, Mulbrook. Fairy points are interesting in this game because, we should go over Mulbrook. You may remember Mulbrook as the Shrine Priestess that we had to rescue at the very end of La-Mulana 1 as our way out, while La-Mulana was collapsing in on herself.
She's got a teddy bear on her shorts.
It's a purse. The teddy bear pin that you're noticing is inside her stockings.
Oh. And then she fell asleep.
Yes. Mulbrook is honestly someone that I like seeing around because she is trying her best to actually help us out with solving the mysteries of La-Mulana 2. The issue that I end up having with Mulbrook is the fact that, to be perfectly honest, although she is very useful during your first playthrough, specifically with how many hints and how much assistance that she can actually give you when you know what's going around, you kind of have to specifically fall into her being useful in order for her to actually be as useful as she needs to be. And the reason why I bothered to hit the pot twice with the shuriken is exactly that, because these platforms that you summon are temporary platforms. Blech.
So it won't take you because you don't want to stay in the damage pool because Lumisa can't swim right now.
No,
not
Lumisa
hardly.
can swim. She can't safely stay in water. There is a difference.
But we can arrive at a point where she can swim in water without taking damage.
Yes, we need a key item. Specifically, we need the key item that Vitra is guarding. That is a bit of a spoiler, but I don't care because we're not. How I'm approaching this playthrough is definitely drastically different than how the game wants to be portrayed. At the same point, the game very specifically wants me to go through things in a non-linear fashion, despite the fact that a majority of progression is actually very linear in La-Mulana 2. Towards the midpoint of the game, the map wildly opens up, certainly, but the first several areas are almost entirely linear.
Your approach to this game may have ultimately lent to you not actually finishing this game.
No, my approach to this game very specifically was show off as much of the game as I can before I get to the point where I can't actually finish it. Hey, Veluspa. Veluspa is serving the same purpose Abiraspathi was in the prior area. She you have to talk to her multiple times in order for her to successfully summon the Ankh Jewel for the Guardian of Annwfn. However,
Would you?
Yay, she summoned it.
What the?
However, it's gonna be quite a while for us before we actually deal with the Guardian of Annwfn, because we need some pretty significant combat upgrades before we can successfully take down that particular boss. Yay, we leveled up and healed again. I shouldn't actually be calling that leveling up because I have problems when Minecraft does that, but that is technically the term for this, because they are experience orbs. So yeah.
Experience orbs give experience.
And the map. Woohoo! All right. One of the more important items that we did pick up this part was the glove. With access to the glove, we now have the ability to clear out most of the puzzles in Annwfn. Without the glove, we get locked out really, really quickly. So it's actually really disappointing then that the glove is in the middle of fucking Annwfn when it really should have been one of the treasures that we get up at the top. Oh look, an open treasure chest. However, will we get over there, Mr. Cloud?
As soon as I can look at the room again to see what the hell I was looking at with the treasure chest. I mean, I did see it. But just like with many fleeting glimpses we have of the paths in this game, you might have to take a closer look.
The Apsara. The Apsara does the same thing as the other Valkyrie spawning enemy does in Divine Fortress. It summons ghosts at you.
Good. Stupid false doors. Only Legend of Zelda enemies can do that. You are not.
I mean, it wants to be a Legend of Zelda enemy.
You could tell it was a false door in Legend of Zelda because if you look at the door, it's actually not part of the wall. It's just layered on top of the wall.
The reason why I'm jumping here is that you may notice that there are actual archer statues posted up on the left wall there. If you stay in front of them for too long, they will start shooting at you, and I do not want to get knocked off the platform like that.
Da 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 da. Ba 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 da ba 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 da da da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da ba 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 da da da.
So, as Annotations Gerdat mentions here, most of the skeleton scans are helpful in the past tense. They are not helpful presently.
I didn't have the message on the screen long enough for me to read it.
The reason why past Gerdat is actually scanning these is specifically so that if people do want to read the messages, they can. However, past Gerdat is not actually using the tablets here in order to figure out puzzle solutions. Mostly because although the tablets are the intended method to solve a good portion of the puzzles in the game, given how cryptic the latter half of the game's puzzles are, that ends up falling through relatively quickly.
No, there's no need to get hints on things in the game that we're already aware of. Save game. Proceed.
And now we missed our elevator back up. And yes, we have to take the elevator back up because up there is a weapon that we need. Now that we actually have the gloves, we can go and obtain it.
Guess it's going to be a real slap in the face if you try getting there without the glove. Well, it's alright. We just saved the game like 20 seconds ago. You're fine.
But I don't like succumbing to Spike Pinball. It is not fun for Lumisa.
You can see the top coming. Going down.
No, we want to go back up, Mr. Elevator.
Living it up when I'm going down. Loving an elevator.
Living up
in the air. In the air. On the web. Loving an elevator. Oh, that's a gigantic shuriken.
That is a rolling shuriken. The rolling shurikens are needed for several puzzles in Annwfn, and it's why we need to actually get this one. It's what I mean when I say that the areas are almost entirely linear, because a good portion of the puzzles in an area will directly link to other puzzles in an area. What this ends up meaning is that if you go through the areas in a specific manner, the areas only take, upwards of 20 minutes in order to clear. However, because the nature of the game is actually, a Metroidvania, there are several specific puzzles in each area that you are going to have to come back to later. I don't mind the needing to come back to them. I just wish that we didn't have to come back, 4 hours later.
Right. That it's. I can't remember what the first scene of the movie was. Why is it that only the last scene of the movie is making it matter that the first scene happened?
Alright, climb up this ladder, and here is where we need to use a rolling shuriken in order to open up the way into this room.
Ah, so it rolls along the floor.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, right, because the switch was on the floor. Okay.
Also, this is a mechanic that we've not actually talked about yet, but it's shown up multiple times before. Tight ropes. Lumisa has the ability to balance on tight ropes. Lameza didn't need this ability. Why the fuck is this here?
So you could see her waving her arms to keep her balanced. Oh my god, it's Poseidon?
It's a Naga, Mr. Cloud.
Okay, gotcha. Right, because it has tail for legs. Gotcha.
So,
you're silly.
Yeah, this is how every other, this is how, like, 1 out of every 2/every 3 mini-bosses ends up going. Lumisa has the ability to safe zone literally every single mini-boss in the game, and once you understand what the safe zones for particular enemies are, you can just stay in them forever.
Well, I mean, you had to back up a little bit every time it attacked because it changes position after every attack animation.
Whoosh!
Oh, Lumisa is no Mary Sue. We've gotten a game over already.
We have found the behemoth, Mr. Cloud.
Yeah?
Thankfully, the behemoth
in
this game isn't actually the scary one. The scary version of the behemoth is one that I think we will actually show off a little significantly later, but we'll only get to show it off a couple of times. He is called the Berserker. He is a black elephant monster, and he has a giant fucking Cloud Buster sword.
Cloud Buster.
By that, I of course am referring to Cloud Strife.
Swinging back and forth.
Hey, Pim. Pim gives us access to the snapshots software. And the snapshot software will allow us to actually start going around the ruins and collecting. Because we're going to be doing it right here.
500 followers on Instagram. I just started.
To be perfectly honest, Lumisa could start on Instagram and end up with 100 followers at the end of day 1. Because she is a chick. That is me being a bit sexist, though. Anyway, yes, these reliefs in the walls, although are not usually software, are tied to the mantra software that we just got. And, yeah, now that we have the mantra software, we have the ability to collect various mantras located throughout the ruins. Specifically, there's a mantra in Divine Fortress that we already saw that we now have the ability to go get. Actually, we do have the option for Vitra. We just don't want to do it because we're only at 64 health, and I'd really rather be at 96 health for that fight. Right here. Our first mantra, Mr. Cloud. The Heaven Mantra. Woohoo!
Nice. We are getting the pieces of the message. Get all the pieces of the message, and you will find the Da Vinci Code.
Thankfully, no, not the Da Vinci Code. Eglana predates Da Vinci.
Damn right.
Swing around and try not to die. Oh, look, there is a Catablopus with a stretchy nose.
Ha! I wanted to go through that door, damn it.
Alright. Thanks to us having the glove, we can push this over, which spawns this platform, and damn it, Spike Pinball! Yeah.
Watch out for the Death Water. Hey, we got a bard.
Well, it wasn't the Death Water that we were actually scared of here. It was the falling boat trap.
We got the sigil. Okay.
And then, now that this pathway is actually open for us, we can go all the way over here, fall into the fucking fake floor trap again.
Okay,
that one I did actually see.
Oh, wait, we can't just jump through the floor trap?
No, because, well, in this instance, it's because our Lumisa doesn't have enough jump height for it.
What are you talking about? It's at the same height as the place where we got onto the platform.
Sure it is. Anyway, in the next episode, we will... I think we're actually going to go... no, we're going to go in and explore another new area, because we are desperately trying to get up to 96 health before we go take down Vitra. Be safe, everybody.